Hey guys, Chuck here again. Look, in one of our previous videos, we showed you guys how to get your printer set up in vacation mode. And that's great, because you want to go to, wherever. And so you may be gone for a week, maybe 2 weeks. So we purged our lines in one of our last videos. So what we're doing right now is I'm going to walk you through re-inking your machine and getting it ready to go and getting it ready for production again. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to take some of your DTF Magic ink, and then we're going to go here into the back. You'll notice from our last video, we emptied out our tanks, we emptied out our filters, and then we also filled our lines with cleaning solution, right? So what we're going to do now is we need to go ahead and put ink back in here, and then we're going to reload our printer pretty much just the same way we did when we first came out and set your printer up. Again, you're going to take your DTF Magic ink, uncap your machine here, and just kind of a pro tip. If you have one of the newer printers that has one of these plugs on it and the alarms on it, it's okay to go ahead and unplug your alarm while you're filling it up. Otherwise, you're going to get a lot of noise and a lot of beeping that goes on there. So, take your cap off, take your DTF Magic ink. It's going to have a little silver lid to it. Just puncture that and just make it kind of a hole that you can pour your ink through. And then, gloves are a good idea. Then you're just going to take and you're going to pour your ink into each container. We're going to do it just with the black right now, and you're going to continue this with the cyan, the magenta, and the yellow, and then you're going to end with your white. While we're doing this, during our last video, we did clamp these off. Keep these clamped until we're ready to go ahead and start inking our printer up. Once you have your ink in, you can go ahead and close this bottle up. Take your tank cap, put it back on, and then do the same thing with the rest of the inks, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, so now we've got all of our inks reloaded into the ink tanks, and also we went ahead and we connected our ink alarm system here also. Okay, this is important that you do connect these, because what happens is if you're not paying attention and they're not turned on and you don't hear an alarm, you could run out of ink, which could introduce air into your lines, and that's not really something that you want to do.
And remind me now, Chuck, so we've got one alarm for every color, right?
Correct.
Great.
Yeah, one alarm for each color. Okay, so now since I've got all that done, now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to disconnect my clips here for my printer.
Now, what do those clips do? Let's remind us.
Yeah, so the clips, what they do basically is they're just preventing any ink from moving through the lines into the cartridges and into your head while it sits. It creates a vacuum in your lines, so the cleaning solution, which we're going to show you here in just a second, that we put in here when we first put the printer into vacation mode, doesn't seep out or doesn't cause any kind of issues, because the vacuum caused by the lines in the heads prevents it from coming through the capping stations. So the next thing we need to do is we need to go ahead, we need to charge our heads with the ink. We need to flush the cleaning solution out that we put in here, and we're going to charge our heads with ink. All right, guys, so what we're going to do now is we're actually going to charge the heads with the ink. And the way that we do that is we actually come over here to the setting tab up here. But one of the first things I want to show you is we want to make sure that we've still got cleaning solution or flushing solution in our heads, excuse me, when we did our first step here. So to check that, we're just going to we're going to move our heads to the left.
Yeah.
And you click in here and you should see flushing solution or cleaning solution in there, whichever you use to close your head.
That looks great. So that's after the vacation mode.
Right. So now to get it back, hit the enter key. And we're going to see that's going to set right back where it's supposed to. The next step, we're going to come over here and we're going to see where it says load ink. We're going to do head select. We're going to do 2 head all, which is going to include the H1 head, which is the color head, and the H2 head, which is the white head. So we're going to click load ink. And I'm going to show you what it looks like coming in here through the back.
That's great. That's a great feature in the printer where you can see the lines as they suck the ink coming through.
So you'll see that the lines are now charging. We have all of our colors in there. We have the white, the yellow, magenta, cyan, and black. Okay. We're going to go ahead and let this load for about 20 to 30 seconds. And then once that's done, and I'm pretty confident that my heads have enough ink in them, we can go ahead and stop it. We can press the stop button, or we can simply press the cancel button here on your printer.
Gotcha.
Now, once we have our ink loaded, we have to clean our heads now. We can't just go ahead and start printing. So what we do then is we come over here, and I do want to encourage you to click the clean button in the software, not on the printer.
I totally agree.
Okay, so we're going to clean. We're going to go to head all, and then we're going to start off with a normal clean. What that's going to do is that's going to go ahead, it's going to pull any of that excess flushing solution or cleaner there. Then it's going to come across, and it's going to take the wiper blade right here, and it's going to safely brush across your print heads, and it's going to allow you to, and you'll see when it comes through here.
Why don't you open that bottom door and let's have a look there. So you can see the heads moving up and the caps moving up and down. And then it's moving over that cleaning blade.
Now that clicking sound that you may have heard there, that's actually a good sound. That means that the wiper is making contact with the head nozzles and that it's actually doing its job and it's cleaning any excess ink off of the channels of the head.
So we're going to run that, and then I'm guessing after that we want to do a nozzle check. And what is your advice or pro tip on how many times should you do a clean?
Okay, so that's a great question. A lot of people say, well, should I do a load ink more frequently or should I do a clean? You really want to do your cleanings more frequently. Excessive ink loads can actually cause damage to your heads.
Gotcha.
So you always want to make sure that you're doing head cleanings. Once your clean is done, your printer will go to a status idle stage. And then what we're going to do is we're just going ahead and we're going to press the test button here.
Gotcha.
And what we're going to do is when I press this, it'll say print initializing, and then it's going to swish across here, and we should have a decent test pattern here.
Yeah, that's fast. Why don't you go ahead and lift up that lid there and let's zoom in.
So now what you're going to notice is if you look here, we actually have a pretty good color check here. Okay, but you're going to notice our white is still missing a little bit, right? That's actually normal when you're coming out of a vacation mode.
That's right.
So at this point, all we're going to do is we're going to focus on the white head. Okay, now I did just tell you not to run excessive ink loads. However, when you're coming out of vacation mode, sometimes you may have to do at least one more ink load on your white head. So again, we come to the setting tab, head select. This time we're just going to do two head all H2, because remember H2 is your white head. Then we do a load ink.
That sounds great. Now the other thing on my mind is with the white ink, it's got to fill the reservoir with ink. And that's a good thing to do a second ink load. If you did not get the perfect nozzle check, fill it again.
Correct.
Fill that reservoir, and then the dampers will fill out, and you should get a good nozzle check.
Correct. So again, we're going to let this load for about 10 to 20 seconds, maybe 30 seconds. And if you notice, yep, down here, we want to make sure that we've got a good solid flow of white ink coming through your waste tank.
That looks great.
Okay, if we see that and that's what we have, we're going to go ahead and stop our ink load. We're going to do a clean. And we're going to do a normal clean, two head all again. It doesn't hurt to clean your heads multiple times. If anything, it's going to improve your print qualities. All right, so our cleaning is done for our second cleaning. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to press my test button again. You don't necessarily have to move the film forward because it's going to advance on its own.
Gotcha.
Hit the test button, and we'll see what kind of test check we get now. Perfect.
Okay, so that's looking way better.
Yes, so when you look now, okay, our white looks fantastic through here, and our color looks really great as well. The last thing I like to do is I like to run just kind of a quick test print, just kind of make sure that I'm not experiencing any kind of banding or anything like that. And to do that, I'm going to move my film forward just about an inch or two. I'm going to go over here to DTF Magic, and I'm just going to load in a quick test page. I like to use the 5-color nozzle check because that's going to give me a view of not only my colors but my white as well. So
That's a great pro tip there, Chuck. That's a great one.
Yeah, I'll do one here, and then what I like to do is I'll bring another one in. It's going to load down here. If you want to move it up next to it, just hold the control key down, click, and then drag up here. And then I will double click on one because I want to test my colors. So I'm going to change my processing options here to none. And what this is going to do is this is going to give me a print with solid white on the back of it. And it's also going to give me a print with no white on the back of it. So I can check each and every one of my colors.
That's great.
If you don't have this particular image, just text one of us. Text one of us, and we'll be happy to get this out to you.
All right, let's go ahead and print. All right, once your Print EXP software goes to print ready or print initializing down here, we're going to watch down here, and then I'm going to go ahead and lift this up just so I can get a good view of how my colors are printing. And remember the goal here, we want to see if all the colors are printing with no streaks, and that white layer on the top is also printing and covering the artwork. Correct. And if you watched our film roll, installing a film roll video earlier, then what you're also going to notice is my margins are set perfectly here. Because what I didn't do is I didn't move that over. Everything is on here. I've got my color bar on. I've got perfect spacing here. Hey, so I'm loving these test prints that come with the software. You'll see I'm zooming in there, and this is perfect. The registration also looks great, by the way, which is not in another video that we talk about. But your colors are looking vibrant, no streaking, and that white layer is looking great.
So remember, when you're done, what you're looking for is you're looking for nice solid colors here without any kind of lines, banding, or anything like that in here. And also a nice solid thick white back here as well. And Patrick, as you mentioned, great catch. Our registration here is perfect. I've got just a very thin line around my images. So at this point, you're actually ready to go ahead and start in production, and your printer is now out of vacation mode and ready to start making some of that money.